You're my special friend. Can everyone say hi to my friend?
Back from the dead.
Welcome to the party, pals. Your friendly neighborhood mastercast here with the one, the only TC. I always keep pointing around. TC, how you doing, bud?
Hey, pretty good. Yourself?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm excited to have you here. I'm excited to talk Criterion.
Yeah.
And it's a label that I've loved for such a long time, and it's one that I know you're just starting. I mean, I know you have a few titles, right?
From going years back, yeah, on DVD, like the Blu-rays and stuff now is when I'm able to dip in now. So, yeah, it's expanding now.
What do you think about them releasing? I mean, you're newish to it, so you don't have a lot of this
Right,
stuff already on Blu-ray. But what do you think
right.
about them expanding older titles to 4K? Is that something that I mean, you're not on the 4K bandwagon just yet, but do you like the
Right.
4K expansion? Or are you kind of like, I don't want to double dip?
For the sake of 4K, I mean, it would have to be a very particular movie that I think would again be worth it. But it's not like, oh, I've got it. It's in 4K now. I'm gonna get it. No, no. If I have the Blu-ray of it already, especially if it's already Criterion or a special edition, I'm good with that.
I agree, man. The only 4Ks I'm grabbing Criterion wise are movies I don't have already, like Double
Right.
Indemnity, which I mean, I think I must have had a DVD or something, or maybe just a VHS, but I don't
Mhm.
have a blue of it, and I don't have Shaft at all. So obviously, if I
Yeah,
have
me
the
neither.
option, getting the 4K or the Blu-ray or the 4K
Mhm.
Blu-ray, I'm gonna get the 4K and Blu-ray
Right,
because
right.
why not?
Yeah.
Let me check in with the chat real quick. Ryan says, "Hey, MC and TC, hyped to check out the site with you. Hyped to have you here, man." Bumpy says, "I like the versatility. Fun watching SOV stuff yesterday and today discussing actually great movies." Yeah,
Opposite sides of the spectrum there.
absolutely. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
That's what this channel is really all about. It's not just
Yeah.
one thing. Because the movies are so different. That's what I
Yeah.
love about them. Sulako88. Hi everyone. Keep up the great content, MC and BC. Well, BC is not here today. TC is joining me, but I'll tell him you send good wishes his way.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, fellas? Hey, John, how you doing? Oh, he picked up Double Indemnity and Shaft in 4K. That's awesome. Excellent. Okay, so TC, tell me
Yeah.
what you had. Tell me what happened to you first of all this morning.
Oh
what,
God.
what you wanted to go on your first adventure Criterion shopping?
Yeah, I had made a plan of it to just go to the store early, see what hopefully was available there, and I was hyped. I was gonna have breakfast and everything. I had my whole plan. I get there, nobody's there. Like nobody's there. They open the door. I walk into the store. You're gonna see books, of course. That makes sense. But then I don't see something seems odd, and it's only a one-story store. So the other store that I go to has two, and that's where they have the physical media stuff. Whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I look around. I'm like, unless it's some kind of hidden thing, something's wrong. So I finally, I felt a little foolish because I knew I didn't see it, but I didn't want to, be something like I missed out. So I asked, I have a silly question, but do you guys sell movies or, Blu-rays, whatever? And I go, oh, no, no, we got rid of that a while ago. I'm like, oh. So, I'm gonna go tomorrow, but it sucks because I was really looking forward to it. I was hyped about it, and so,
Jesus, man, you would
yeah,
think the one place that's all about physical media, the friggin' bookstore, has
yeah.
has has cut has cut Blu-rays, and now apparently Best Buy's doing the same thing.
Yeah, and Best Buy I know has been doing it little by little, and I know it's happening in most places, but I don't know. I just figured that at the very least they'd have a small section, and if I found something great, if I didn't, well, at least what. But they had nothing, and it's like, oh my God, I made the trek there, and I had, like I said, I was so looking forward to it, and then so I know not to do that next time. So at least not to
That
that store.
sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely not
yeah,
that store. Yeah, 'cause there's definitely something about picking it up in store that is a lot of fun compared to just shopping on
yeah,
Amazon.
yeah. I know I can just order it online, but it's not the same.
No, it is not.
Yeah.
Uh, Dustin, good afternoon to you, sir. Amazon has matched prices for the website. They have indeed. But I would support Barnes and Nobles because they're they're special, and there's not many places like that, especially big bookstores like that. Expecting VS to ship my halfway order sometime next year. Hopefully you get it. I haven't gotten anything from Severin yet, so I don't know what's what. Whoa, story for another time. Criterion and I, I have a very special connection to Criterion because I discovered them when I worked at Virgin Records back in the day, and it was one of those things where like there was all these great movies that I'd read about for years and years, Seven Samurai, all this stuff, but they were so expensive. Like back in the day, the friggin' DVDs were $40, man.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I never, even though I wanted to, but they were just way too. I don't know if back then they had the sales, but that was the killer for me. It was like I really wanted Criterion stuff, like here and there, but the prices like were not good. And then the few that I did buy back in the day, I must have gotten it for sale on some kind of discount, but I have very few. And fast forward to today, and I'm more aware of the sales and all that, and the better versions of the movies and all that. So like I'm gonna take advantage of it now now that I can. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There was no way you could have paid. I mean, I would not have paid full price for those things. And so it was only when they went on sale, and this is before Barnes and Nobles, as far as I know, had a sale.
Virgin was pricey too, right? Virgin in and of itself was pricey for everything.
Exactly. So I thought it was a Virgin price, but no, it was just the standard. That's Criterion's expensive, but they had a sale, and then combined with my whatever employee discount, I was able to finally get titles. But it is technically the first. It is, I guess you could say, the first boutique label that catered to a certain audience. And here's a fun fact: they invented audio commentaries.
They invented it. It doesn't surprise me too much, I guess, and if you think about it. But yeah, I guess that makes sense because before them, I guess that does make sense. I can't think of anybody before them that it would have something. I mean, because every other movie that I've had that has audio commentary must have come, I guess, after the fact. I wonder what year it started that they started, initialized that.
Yeah, I was actually doing some research on it. I don't remember the exact date, but they not only pioneered audio commentaries, but they pioneered special features in general. So, and they also pioneered. They were the first special company to do special editions, limited editions, double disc, and something else. But they were the first. So yeah, they are the granddaddy.
The granddaddy,
yeah, absolutely, man.
Wow, that's cool. Okay.
So it's, they from all things sprung from the well that was Criterion. Did we collect in the early 90s? Yes. I recall joy when Netflix carried them just to rent. Absolutely. That's how I got to see a lot of them through the Netflix rentals. When I was trying to watch them all, because I couldn't afford them all. Look at this. I live in Gothenburg, Sweden's second biggest city. There's almost no place here where you can buy new Blu-rays. I pick up stuff several times a week from a few good charity shops I frequent. Wow.
Holy cow. Wow.
I had no idea that you were in Sweden. Wow. That's we always think about moving to Sweden just because America's such a crazy place to live right now. But Criterion Laserdisc were drool-worthy. Here's another fun fact. TC, you're going to be shocked about this.
Okay, what is it?
Do you know some of the shocking movies? Not shocking, like, oh my God, I can't believe they did this, but like, what? That was once a Criterion Collection title. And these were all on Laserdisc. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
Ghostbusters.
Criterion?
Yep. The first, the first Laserdisc was Criterion. Yeah.
Your dad has it. Your dad must have it.
He probably does. A couple of the Bond movies. I want to say Goldfinger, I think, was on there.
Wow.
Yeah. And Halloween on Laserdisc was Criterion.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea about that. I didn't even know Criterion and Laserdisc were even like in the same sentence. So that's just in general, that's surprising.
And not only that, they started with Laserdisc. Well, no, they had VHS. But Laserdisc was big for them, so they had a lot of big titles. And then there's some titles that they have in their Laserdisc catalog that they've never released on DVD or Blu-ray because they've lost the license to. like
Oh, okay.
Ghostbusters or the Bond titles.
Wow.
Yeah, so they put out a lot of like they had King Kong. They put out King Kong. That was one. I think that was their first Laserdisc.
Holy crap.
Yeah, they've touched a lot of
That's
movies that people don't even know.
man.
Which is when the channel comes into play. We'll get to the channel in a moment, but I want to make sure I
Right.
get everybody's comments in here.
Yeah.
Kubrick started buying Criterions in 2001. Ooh, 2001, very good. I don't know if that was on purpose, but 2001, perfect.
Yeah.
My first Criterion was 8.5. Interesting, Kubrick. I'm wondering if you had seen that before, or was that a blind buy? Because that's a movie that took 2 watches for me to really get, and it wasn't until I became a filmmaker that I really got it. It's a good little movie. I think they started with the Seventh Seal movie. You mean in VHS? Probably. I don't know. Let's see. John has a question. Picking up Raging Bull Shaft.
That's a different.
It's a different movie. That's not on sale. You have to wait for a Vinegar Syndrome to put that out. Miller's Crossing and Double Indemnity. Have you seen The Piano? Looks interesting, but didn't feel comfortable blind buying that one. I have seen The Piano. I actually saw it recently. It's a weird one. I mean, if you want to see if you want to see Keitel's ass, that's the movie for you. Have you seen that? Have you seen The Piano?
Oh my, not in its entirety. I think I saw like a little bit years ago, but no, I wouldn't have known it. I mean, it's not my thing, so.
Oh yeah, no, it's. I mean, it's an okay movie, but it's Holly Hunter and Harvey Keitel having illicit sex in a shack. I mean, that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
So if that sounds good to you, John, buy away.
Yeah.
And yes, let's not forget the 2 Michael Bay movies, The Rock and Armageddon on DVD.
Yeah, The Rock is one of the ones I have. I can't remember what the other one is, but I don't think it's Armageddon.
RoboCop? Is it RoboCop?
Then maybe.
Because they put that out too.
Probably. I'd probably bet my life I'd have that one then. Probably. That's probably it. Because I know I didn't have too many from way back when. So.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Let's see. Barnes and Nobles. Let's see. I'm going back here. Joe Jack says the first Criterion I bought was the DVD of Spartacus in 2001. They had a full booklet catalog included, and I'd reading and pine for all these art movies when I was in high school. That's awesome. Cool. That's great. Let's see. He had seen it before. Okay, cool. You can visit the UK on your way to Sweden. Video store, I will. I really want to do a big Europe trip, man. I can't wait to go to the UK and do like a Bond tour or something. I'm sure they have that.
Oh, that'd be cool.
What would you do if you had to go to the UK? What would be the first thing you would do?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I don't know. I would like to go to Europe though. I've thought about that in the past. But I really specific sites. I never really fleshed it out. But I would definitely like to do a Europe tour.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Actually, Art Hilton brings up a good point. John Woo was on Criterion, Hard Boiled.
Oh, is that the one No, I think the Hard Boiled I have is just a special edition DVD. I don't think it was Criterion the one I have.
That's good to know. I don't know that I had it. That's how we first saw it. Actually, we rented the Criterion one,
right?
At Lion Video, I think, in Coral Gables. I don't know if that's still around. It probably isn't, but yeah, man, fuck, they had John Woo stuff. That would be great if they can get their hands on that. Back on that.
One thing I love about Criterion is that that for the most part, at least now, I don't know back then, but like you don't have to worry about certain things selling out. So it's like stuff that I want right now, and like let's say I can't get, or I'm pushing back to, let's say, Black Friday. I don't have to worry about it. It's places like Vinegar Syndrome, and I guess Severin, because I haven't dipped too much into Severin in the past until recently. But that you have to, if you don't get now, you lost it.
Absolutely.
That sucks, but
my first Criterion was De Palma's Sisters. Still got it. Yeah, that's a good movie. That's a very good movie. Let's see. Kubrick says he has a Barnes & Noble's MasterCard. So when I spend $2,500 on the card, I get $25 in gift cards. So I got another coming on the way. Oh, there you go.
Oh, wow.
Enjoy it. Yes. No, I know RoboCop was a Paul Verhoeven movie. I wasn't referencing Michael Bay. I was just referencing what TC had in his collection.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously, Michael Bay, no. However, I would do it. I mean, off topic, but 100% recommend Ambulance. So
Oh,
fucking good.
yeah. Actually, I might watch it tonight. It's on Peacock, so I might check it. Plan on checking it out. Yeah, it looks
Dude,
really good.
strap in. That shit is honestly one of the
Yeah,
best directed action movies I've seen in a long time.
yeah, it looks really
So
good.
good. Oh, that's right, Jay. Akira was on Criterion. It's pretty crazy.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, and they don't have a lot of anime. Akira was on there. All right. So let's. The main reason for this is I wanted to show you guys the Criterion channel because this is something I discovered recently. Maybe about, gosh, was it at the beginning of the year? I'm not sure, but there was a deal going on, and it was a birthday deal that they had. I jumped on for a good price, and I was blown away by how much great stuff is on here. Stuff that honestly it's perfect for TBYB. And I'm glad that TC is here because full disclosure, TC was the one who came up with TBYB.
No.
So he's my he's the puns guy and he's also the catchy phrases guy. So he came up with TBYB. That's gone on to live in infamy.
Cool.
Let's see. My first Criterion was a DVD of Gimme Shelter. It's still my all-time favorite documentary. I haven't watched it, but I hear it is good stuff. No, so TC, where do you stand on try before you buy?
I think it's the smartest thing to do. I mean, regardless of how much things have gone up in price, but I think just generally it's just the smartest thing. If you have a way, if it's talking about movies, right? If you have a way to watch it before, to make sure you like it, do it, because there are some things that for me I'll blind buy without a question because I something that I feel I know I'll like. But there's a good amount of things that's like it's risky. So it's definitely, I think it's the way to go. But especially nowadays, the way prices are, without question. And now with stuff that you can get to free streaming like Tubi, for example, with so many of the Vinegar Syndrome stuff, for instance, that are on there, especially stuff like Vinegar Syndrome, that is kind of, you never know.
Yeah.
For sure, take advantage of that because what are you gonna? You're not gonna lose anything, I mean, if you like it, great. You buy it down the line when it's cheaper, and then if you don't
Right.
like it, then you could put that money towards something else. It's just common sense, I think.
I mean that's 100% right. You don't lose anything.
No.
If you liked it, then you would buy it and you'd probably watch it twice. So, or if you liked it but you don't think you'd watch it again, then at least you saved money and you don't need to watch it again. I don't know. I just feels like it's the way to go. Criterion Channel is a bargain. I 100% agree. Matthew says he wishes they had more horror titles. Well, we'll go look because they have a lot of the good thing about the Criterion Channel, a lot of people do not know, is that they have stuff on here that's not on disc and stuff that I don't even know how they have the rights to because they've got stuff that's.
That.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask you exactly about that. If you knew, since you have the streaming service, if they have movies on there that they no longer have out the physical version of it, but if for whatever reason they have the ability on the streaming, that's good. That's good to know.
Well, let's look at this real quick. First of all, they have curated sections where they'll say like, well, for example, let's look at this. Starring Jackie Chan. Here's a good example of stuff they don't own that somehow they have access to. And I just saw that they have this. I'm adding this to my list because I just paid for this. But if it sucks, then maybe I'll cancel that order. So look, starring Jackie Chan, what have they put out? They've put out Police Story 1 and 2. Okay, so you can watch those here, TBYB. Although I do recommend them. At least the first one's really good. But here's stuff that they don't have. That as far as I know, the only person who has put this out is Eureka. Eureka and 88 Films. Eureka put out the My Lucky Stars movie, which is, I mean, that's the best. No, wait. I think that's the second one. I don't love the Lucky Stars movies at all, honestly. But look, they've got Fearless Hyena 2. Young Master, that was just put out by 88 Films in a long time ago in a nice release. Fearless Hyena, that's 88 Films. Half a Loaf is coming out from 88 Films. And then Spiritual Kung Fu is also 88 Films. So there's movies here that they don't own, that they've never put on disc, that's not technically on disc in America, as far as I know. That is ready to watch. And you get a little special feature action here, which is nice. Introduction by Grady Hendrix. And that's another thing that's on here that a lot of people don't know is that special features are here as well.
Oh, that's good.
So let's see. For example, this is one that I've earmarked if I haven't already, but I'm gonna go through a lot of these. Satsuko collection. Some of these are on disc, and some of them are not. From what I recall, I think most of these are on disc in Ozu collections, but you have a lovely compendium of films featuring Setsuko Hara, and most of her films are Ozu films. You've got Naruse, you've got Kurosawa here. There's some really great stuff here, and I know I'm going to be spending a lot of time with this young lady because I think she's great. Do you have a favorite foreign director or actor?
Oh man, foreign, like it includes UK and all that stuff like that.
Sure, yeah.
I'm always confusing the two, even though I know the difference. It's not. Well, it's one. I guess one of my favorite, but it's not my favorite. What's the not Guy Ritchie? It's Guy Ritchie, and what's the other one that's also similar, kind of, that does a lot of like it does like
Matthew
my
Vaughn?
gosh. No. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I'm so bad at these names. Trying to remember like
Let's look it up. Guy Ritchie. Let's see if he has anything.
because it's not the one who did Train Spotting, because I like some of the movies there, but he has a bit more whatever films, but it's the other one that I always confuse the two, even though I know the difference, but I'm always forgetting.
It's not. Yeah, no, it's not Danny Boyle.
Actually, maybe he's right. Maybe
That's
he is
Train
Guy Ritchie.
Spotting.
So Train Spotting is the Danny Boyle guy, right?
Yeah.
Danny Boyle, right? Okay, so then I guess I did say it right off the top. I usually mess him up, so I guess Guy Ritchie would be is one of the ones I like.
Gotcha. He's not on here, unfortunately.
No, I know. I didn't think he would be. I'm sure a lot of those movies that are on there are not.
Stanislas says, I like Mussolini for foreign dictators. That's funny. Hold on. I want to highlight a comment. This is pretty interesting stuff. Thanks, guys, for dropping all this Criterion stuff. A deep Criterion lore. In the mid-90s, Criterion was working on 5 classic Godzilla titles for Laserdisc. There was even an announcement in some flyers. The Godzilla collection was a long time coming.
Oh, wow.
That's interesting.
Mid-90s.
Oh, yeah. So, there you go. Criterion also had Flesh and Blood. That's actually how I saw them
Really?
initially. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and now they're spread out between Severn and Vinegar. Hey to you, caveman.
Hey.
Welcome. That's a good point. Criterions can also be found in your local libraries. That's how I've seen a lot of titles, actually. So that's a really good place to go. But if you don't want to leave your house because you're scared of people, the channel is fantastic. Let's see. Kubrick likes Fassbinder. Fassbinder's really good. He's got some really great stuff.
Oh,
okay. Nightwolf says, would love to pick Fire Walk with me, but here in Ireland, we get nothing. Is it 4K? I got the Blu-ray already. Is there any difference? No, I don't think it's 4K, but it may eventually be. I think it's just a Blu-ray right now. Let's see. Okay, so, for example, they also highlight directors. Henry King, who did The Amazing Gunfighter, put out last year, I believe. Great movie. You can watch it here. The Snows of Kilimanjaro, which is based on a Hemingway book. Been wanting to watch that for a while. You know what? I'm gonna add it to the list as we go through it. State Fair. Oh shit, that's on here too. That's crazy. You keep finding all this crazy stuff. Then you get an introduction, a lengthy introduction about Henry King, which is great. So it feels like not only, I mean, they're not just tossing shit at you. You still get that curated experience, which I think is crucial. Why I want to go back. Okay, it's acting weird. Okay, this is something I dug into last night that I wanted to highlight. Noir in color. I would say they don't. As far as I know, they only have 2 of these movies on disc available to grab now, and I can recommend 100% Leave Her to Heaven. It's one of my favorite noir movies of all time. Gene Tierney is beautiful, and this movie is amazing. Great. She's like the ultimate bitch, but it's so good. It's so good.
You did a review for this one, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah, I
love it.
remember. I remember.
Another one that's on disc is Bad Day at Black Rock. In the chat, let me know if there's anything else on disc that I'm missing, but I think these are the only two. Bad Day in Black Rock, John Sturges, great movie. Spencer Tracy, great thriller. And at 80 minutes, I mean, it just clips along. This is what I watched last night, something I'd never seen before, Niagara, Henry Hathaway's film starring Marilyn Monroe, Gene Peters. Oh, it's starting. I'm going to pause it. Gene Peters, Marilyn Monroe, Joseph Cotton. Holy shit, great little thriller. And I do recommend it. She's, I mean, everybody's good in it. It's a great cast. But what I love about this is it's called Noir in Color. So they've picked out all these great thriller movies that are, you know, essentially hard-boiled noir thrillers, but, you know, without the sheen of the black and white kind of mystique. They still tell the same kind of stories, and they're definitely worth your time. So I do highly recommend this section. Is there anything here that sounds interesting to you? You're not a big noir guy, right? Are you getting into it?
No, actually, I kind of like that stuff, but I've never really delved into it. I mean, maybe if I come around to getting this service, I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, I would say Bad Day at Black Rock, which is definitely more of like a badass thriller than a noir, to be honest. But that's definitely worth a watch. And Leave It to Heaven is a drama, but it gets really intense towards the end. And actually, this one I had been meaning to put on my list, House of Bamboo, with directed by Sam Fuller. Man, good stuff in here. What's your favorite genre? Let's look up a genre.
Oh man, I guess action. If you want to, I mean, I have different genres. It's hard for me to pick favorites. It is tough for me to pick favorites,
Let's
but action.
see.
If you want to say action, yeah.
See if we just type in action and see what happens. We get Action in the North Atlantic. I think that's
My
is
favorite.
that a movie? It is a movie with Humphrey Bogart. Oh, looks pretty good. Nice long. And you get it comes with a special feature, Secrets of Hollywood Archive. I think this is how they found the print or how they restored it. That's interesting.
Oh, okay.
Then you get another special feature, Reinventing. I'm going to pause it here. Reinventing Action, talking about Jackie Chan's police story.
Oh, cool.
Art in action. So I guess here we go. Let's do. Oh, and then Zatoichi. The entire Zatoichis are on here. Holy shit! Look at
The whole
this.
thing?
Holy
wow.
crap! Now this is amazing. This is amazing.
And you
Oh,
didn't
not
know?
all of them. I didn't know this, but they're not all on here because there's like 25 movies, but it looks like you get most of them here. That's pretty sweet, and you get
Wow.
special features.
Yeah.
Along with it, which is that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Look at that
that's
shit.
it.
That's
worth the price
awesome.
alone.
He's a big fan. I for some reason, he wrote a book about Sherlock Holmes.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Weird. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? But look, most of those Deutschies are here, so you can give them a try. Watch 3 or 4, see if it's your thing, and if it is, then
Right.
I highly recommend the box set.
Right.
That's great. Let's see.
You can check
we've
science
got-
fiction. That might have more options.
Science fiction will definitely have more. Look, they've got the Lone Wolf and Cub movies here, which I highly recommend. These are great. Those are really damn good. I don't know if they have all of them, but let's see. Show more. No, let's see. I could probably look for that separately. But look, they have pretty much everything you want, at least as a try before you buy kind of situation. Oh, Dragon Inn is here. Dragon Inn is really good. They've even got the Kid Brother, which is technically I wouldn't say it's an action movie, but they got that. They got a ton of samurai stuff. That I know we can search for. This is where I get most of my samurai stuff, TC.
Yeah, I can see that. Wow. They've got
I love it.
a very
And
big Asian catalog, it looks like, in general, right?
They do. And like I said about the special features and the commentary tracks, they've got commentary tracks on here. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, okay. That's cool.
So you can watch Seven Samurai with commentary on a streaming service. Are you serious, dude? Come on. What streaming site does that? That's great, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think, because I know I think Disney Plus does have special features and extras that they've added. You can have, but commentaries, I don't think I've seen any streaming service that offers that. At least that kind of special feature, I've never seen anybody that offers that.
No, no way, man. Touch of Zen is really good. I have it's raining in the mountains. I think it's called. That's a really good one. I have a whole King Hu collection. I love his stuff. It's really interesting.
Do you think? Here's a question. Speaking of Criterion, once I guess the rights are up and it's free to go, do you think that Criterion will snag Voyage of the Rock Aliens?
No.
It's just
Gene Tierney.
it's-
Yeah, no. There's no one's buying that shit.
How about,
I mean, I liked it enough to keep it, but I don't
Yeah.
think it's gonna have much life beyond Vinegar Syndrome.
Oh, okay. Dark Tower for
I-
sure, though, right? That
Dark
sounds like
Tower,
a-
oh, absolutely, yeah.
Criterion. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Zombies, I agree. So cold blooded. It's what a performance. Jesus Christ. Let's see. Yeah, that's true. At the beginning of each month, there's a what's leaving section, and that's definitely a must go to first to make sure you grab a watch of whatever's not going to be there. Hey, George says hi, MC
Hey,
and
what's up?
TC. I think I'm going to cancel Hulu and get this. I mean, yeah. I mean, it
Okay.
really depends on what you're looking for, but
Yeah. Yeah, it's a whole different field that when you go to Criterion, you're not gonna find certain movies that Hulu has on Criterion or vice
Right.
versa. So
Matthew, any good samurai movies? Lone Wolf, Lady Snowblood. I have those. Okay, I'll tell you right now. If it's here, everyone should go watch this. I'm gonna just do a quick peek through here, see if it's. Oh God, look at this. They have so much.
wow.
Sword of Doom. There it is. Fuck yeah. Whoa, bad gateway. When did that happen? Don't tell me it's crashing. What is this? What is this? Severin? Sword of Doom. Highly recommended. I think it's one of my. I would say it's probably my second favorite samurai movie, right after Seven Samurai.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's so awesome, so powerful. Two of my favorite Japanese actors, Tatsuya Nakadai and Toshiro Mifune. Good shit, man. Sword of Doom. Everybody put that on their list. You can. I think it's. Oh no, yeah, there is a Blu-ray of it. Look at that. So some more recommendations. All right, there you go. Tatsuya. Oh, he's so good. That finale. Oh, sends chills up my back. I love it so much. Really good stuff. Harakiri is good. It's a little more of a drama, but I think that's a good one. Then I would also point you in the direction of. I saw it up here. I see Samurai Spy, but is the movie here? Oh, there's two videos. Let's see what this is. Okay, look, so this is a special feature on it, and you can watch the movie. So Samurai Spy is a lot of fun. I enjoyed that one quite a bit, and you get a little special feature with it. I just love that. I mean, I think.
Yeah.
Did you know? I don't know if you knew this, TC, that VS had a streaming site at one time.
You had mentioned it in the past, and I know you talked about it the other day. But I mean, yeah, that's pretty interesting. I guess. I mean, I guess it was too tough for them to keep the rights for it, or I don't know. Who knows?
I think
why
it.
they got rid of it.
I think it failed. I think people just weren't ready for it. But I think if they released one now, I think it would do pretty well. However, it would tank their Blu-ray sales because people would not buy the shit after seeing it.
That's the thing. They're like, wait a second. If we give these people this site, even if they paid for it,
Mm-hmm.
you know how much money we're gonna lose when they realize the crap we're putting out? It's like, wait
Yeah.
a second. No. Yeah, that actually would work against them. They probably hate Tubi too. So.
They probably.
But it's like because it's like I found so many VS titles that I was curious about,
Mm-hmm.
and they have so many there. So it's like, oh man, these guys must really not like these guys.
No. I would imagine they're not really fans of that. But rights are rights. If Tubi gets the rights, they can't touch them.
Yeah.
Kubrick, absolutely. Throne of Blood is a masterpiece film. Absolutely, everybody must go see that. Let's see, is it on here? Throne of Blood. Holy God, that movie. It's a and with commentary. Look at this fancy shit.
Wow.
You get the movie and the commentary track. Holy God, this is great. By the way, this isn't sponsored by Criterion. They're not paying me for this at all. I just really like this, and I think more people should know about it. Is the commentary going to kick in?
Since like you just said, it's so fancy. When you watch it, do you dress up in a suit or something? And when you
Oh, I do. You know, I actually for
Oh.
a well, I don't, but for for a while there, I actually took
Yeah.
Japanese sword fighting classes. They're known as iaido, and it's
Yeah.
not necessarily kempo, which is the art of fighting of
Right.
contact. Is
Hmm.
iaido sort of the art of drawing the sword, you know, and putting it
Oh.
back and all that stuff. So it was
Okay.
really more just the art form of the sword. So I studied that for quite a bit, and
Okay.
I did enjoy it. So I always I tell my wife in a past life I was a samurai. You know, if it's in my
Oh.
blood, I don't know. It feels like
Yeah.
I don't know, part of me. But Throne of Blood, go get that. Go get that. George says Hulu originally had Criterion Collection section before CC branched out on its own. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, okay.
Do you have Hulu? What streaming sites do you have?
Right now I've got Netflix because everybody think has to have Netflix, I guess. I do have Hulu. I have Disney Plus, Peacock, and I know I'm forgetting something, but those are the ones that I have those guys. Yeah.
Somebody, let's see. I just saw it, so I wanted to highlight this. Jay says, "Does Criterion have the Razor series?" They do. This is crazy, TC.
Mhm.
I forget the order. I
Mhm.
believe it's. Mm, I believe it's. Oh, the years are here, so I just go by year. So, Sword of Justice is the first one. I'm gonna pause it here so it doesn't play. Sword of Justice is the first one. This is about. It's played by the same guy, Shintaro Katsu, who does Zatoichi,
Oh,
and
okay.
he's like a super tough cop. He's like a super tough Japanese cop, and
Oh, okay,
he
cool.
interrogates prostitutes by fucking them with his super hard dick.
It's, well, that's one way of doing it.
That's what,
Okay.
there's I can't I'm
So,
not gonna show it, but
are you,
he has like a training montage where he like pours hot like he's like naked, he pours hot water on his dick, and then he hits his
no, he
dick with a
doesn't.
stick. You don't see the dick, but like you know he's going. Oh, oh.
No, you're kidding. You're kidding.
I'm not. I'm not. It happens, man. It happens.
Really? Wow.
Absolutely. Yakuza or Japanese horror? Let's look at that. Let's just go for. Let's see Yakuza. I'm sure they do. There's so many Yakuza movies, you'll go crazy.
Mm.
They obviously have the Seijun Suzuki movies. Do they have them separate, or is this all? Oh, this is all in Youth of the Beast. Okay, so Youth of the Beast, you get an interview with Suzuki himself. Joe Shishido, the man with the cheeks. He had big fat cheeks. This guy.
Man with the cheeks.
Yeah, that's how he's known. That's what I call him anyway.
Hmm.
Pale Flower is a good one. And these are great because these are all black and white, so they had just really great cinematography,
Right.
fantastic framing. So if you're looking for Pale Flowers, really good. Yeah, if you're looking for Yakuza films and you want to dig into them, then absolutely, they have it. At least they have it covered in a sense where you can get a taste for the franchise. Branded to Kill, that's on Blu-ray. I almost grabbed that. I love that movie, but you know, it's one of those things where like I can just watch it here.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna watch it here, and I still can get. You know, people say because I know you're a big guy for special features, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that moves a lot of your purchases. Like you'd rather buy this version over that, right? If it has.
100%. Yeah. For sure.
So in a way, this kind of cancels it out because you get the movie and the special features.
Well, here's the thing, though. That's actually I was going to bring that up. I don't know if you've compared with your anything you own with what's on on the service, but does it include all the features that you'd have on the disc, or because it looks like some of these movies you showed special features and they'll have a video, but usually Criterion has a good amount of special features on their stuff, so it doesn't look like it had that. Like some of the ones we looked at, it doesn't have too much in the realm of special features in the streaming service. So I
Um,
mean, it's like a taste of it, maybe, or
You know,
I don't know.
that's a good point. If anybody watching can, if maybe
Compare.
grab a Blu-ray. I don't have a Criterion next to me. If anyone can grab a Criterion, we'll look it up and see and maybe we can compare the features on it. But I mean, I think it's enough. I mean, if anything, you might be missing trailers. Oh no, you can watch the
Yeah.
trailer.
Yeah, and either way, I mean, even if you have the service, again, if it does, let's say it doesn't have all the special features, but you're not sure about a movie, you watch it, you like it, and you actually want to own it, again, it's another way of try before you buy, even though you're paying for the streaming service. But it's different than shelling out $30 for a movie. You're paying. How much actually is the service, the streaming service for Criterion?
You know what? That's a good point. I should look that up. I got it. I got it with a deal.
Mm.
Let me see. I'll look it up. Well, I'm logged in, so it won't let me on this one. But I got it through a deal because it was like a birthday deal.
Oh,
But
okay.
I think I paid like $100 for the year or something like that,
Oh, okay.
or something
So
like
they do a
that.
year
But
thing. Okay.
yeah, but it's like that's like 5 movies on sale.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I
for
mean?
sure.
That's a good deal, and I get
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
watch 10 times that amount,
Oh,
for
of
free.
course, of
So
course.
to me, it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Jay, thank you for the order. Sword of Justice, Snare, and Who's Got the Gold? Master of the Sword and Dong. Absolutely. I love it. Yeah, and Hanzo's something they don't have either. Thank you, George. It's $10.99 a month.
Oh, thank you.
And 100
That's a
for the year.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's great because again, like I said, that when you get more than your money's worth, and I'm sure you're gonna watch enough movies on there to more than make it worth what you're paying. So for sure.
Mm. John, I'm a big Kurosawa fan. I will say of those 3, my favorite is Ikiru. I love that movie, but I'm a very emotional person, so that movie spoke to me. Dreams, I thought was a little meandering, a little boring, and High and Low is I think I don't like it as much as other people do. It's okay. I like the first half better than the second half. It's one of those. It's kind of it speaks to the name. The first half is really high. The second half for me feels really low. But Ikiru, if it's I would call it the Japanese It's a Wonderful Life. That's my take on that one.
Oh, okay. I know you're sold with that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's a question for you.
Oh,
I know you're
Hanzo
big
Trilogy's
into.
on HBO Max. That's good to know. Thanks,
Oh,
Sumo.
it is. Oh, okay. I have that.
So there you go.
Okay.
You can go
HBO
watch his
Max.
dick.
That's the other one.
You can go watch the dick training.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other one. That's the other service I have. No, I was gonna ask you actually because I know you're big on spaghetti westerns, and I want to kind of dip into that as
Mm.
well. Do they have spaghetti westerns on Criterion, or not to seem naive, but I mean I know they have westerns, I believe, but spaghetti westerns, I wonder if they have.
Let's find out. Did I spell spaghetti right? I think I did.
Yeah,
Hold
I
on.
think so.
Let's do westerns. I know they got
Westerns, yeah.
that.
Maybe spaghetti westerns, not so much.
Let's see. Well, I know they've got a lot of they've put a lot recently. Destry Rides Again with Jimmy.
Mm.
They've got let me load more here. The Monty Hellman movies I'm not crazy about. The shooting I thought was just okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then they got classic John Ford stuff like Stagecoach.
Right.
But you want like the and again, Tampopo's great, but that's not a western. Yeah, for me, if you really want
Mm-hmm.
to experience spaghetti westerns, start with Leone,
Mm-hmm.
and then go to Sergio Corbucci and work your way there. There's so many great ones.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it looks like they don't really have anything here.
Oh yeah, it was just a curiosity because I thought that's a
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean,
a
that's
good genre.
definitely a good thing to search for. Here's something I watched last night, actually. The Funeral. This is new on Blu-ray.
Okay.
Really sad movie, but I
thought?
like this. Yeah, but you know what? This guy makes pretty like fun movies, so it was kind of odd,
Oh,
But it was a weird thing. But he made Tampopo, which is about a lady who opens her husband dies and he owned a ramen shop and she wants to keep her ramen shop going. It's a really charming movie. I actually recommend both of these, and I didn't know that he had his own section.
interesting. Wow.
A taxing woman, aren't they all? Oh. That's okay. I don't have much of a female audience on here, so we can make those jokes.
I wonder why.
You son of a bitch. Okay. Kubrick, you like Duck You Sucker? I was not a big fan of that one. I think that's my least favorite Leone movie, actually.
That's a spaghetti western, Duck You Sucker?
It's called not Duck You Sucker. It's Duck You Sucker, and it stars Lee Marvin, and
okay.
I'm blanking on the other actor. It doesn't have the typical cast in it. It's a weird one.
Right.
That one did not work for me.
Oh, okay.
What a surprise! Funeral's a sad movie. It's a sad movie, but it's weird because he also tries to make it funny. I don't know. It's strange.
Like a dark comedy kind of thing, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
But like there was like really gentle things in there that really spoke to me.
Oh, okay.
Like there's a scene where a little boy is told, "Oh, your grandfather has died,"
Hmm.
and it's not a big emotional movie. There's not a lot of people crying, which I thought was weird.
Right.
But the little boy just like puts his head in his shirt and hides his face, and I thought,
Mhm.
what a beautiful moment, because that's something you don't like that's a director talking to a little boy and said, how would you react to this if they told you your
Right.
grandfather died or somebody you lost died? And it's like, I would cover my face. And that felt like such a kid thing, such a Japanese thing. I love that. Those little moments really speak to me.
But mm,
Let's see. Kubrick did not like Texting Woman. Good to know. However, Bubba Fett says Texting Woman is so great.
opposing opinions there. Okay.
um, uh, I don't know. I haven't opened it yet. I got the box set too, and I have not had a chance to dig into it myself. They're all a good movie.
Mhm.
James Coburn. James, that's who it is. James Coburn and Rod Steiger. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's see. Let's see if somebody was looking up horror. We were
Oh, I was gonna
had
say
a
that.
question about horror. We can also look up horror. There might be some
Horrors on the Criterion.
some snazzy horror films on here.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course they've got the Godzilla movies, which is nice. Why do they have two of them? Oh, it's just in a section. Okay. They've got some good. They've got The Kids Aren't All Right. Two unsettling films about fucked up kids. They've got The Brood. Okay, so let's see. The Lure. That's about mermaids. A musical about mermaids. Kuroneko is one I would highly recommend. Black and white Japanese film. Then they've got double features, which is really fun. Two
Oh, I didn't
classic,
know that.
yeah, classic black and white stuff here.
Oh, okay.
This one's about crawling brains. Really fun movie.
Mm.
And this is stuff that I don't know if it's still on their. It was on DVD, but I don't know if it's definitely not on Blu-ray. Let's see. Look, Lord Shango. Don't you worship Lord Shango?
On occasion.
On occasion. Look, they made a movie for it. They made a movie for you.
The Lord Shango collection.
Yeah, exactly. It's a 60 movie box set. Come and See isn't necessarily a horror movie, but it is horrifying. It's a war movie.
Why would it be?
Oh, here you go. Somebody mentioned in the comments, but you do get Criterion. Criterion does cover Vinegar Syndrome as well. They've got Rudy Ray Moore stuff here.
Oh, really?
Yep. You got Petey Wheatstraw, which I
Oh,
guess
man.
is technically a horror movie, but not really.
Okay.
It's about here you go. TBYB, although I think that's already sold out on a partner label. Arabato is here. Yeah, I'm shocked. I don't know how it works with the rights. I guess they get streaming rights and then physical
It's
rights.
probably it's a contractual thing, probably that they'll have, because I'm sure that they shell out a certain amount of money. So probably with certain movies they feel is more worth it, they'll make the physical copy of it. But then if they can get a catalog of said director or whatever for streaming, it's cheaper, and it's a win-win because they still get it through their through their service. One thing that you've mentioned before, which I think is great for any distributor, but Criterion is a little surprising to some degree, is the variety that they have. Because on the one hand, you'll have these noir movies, then you'll have these artsy movies, you'll have horror movies. I always figured Criterion was something more of those old school, old fashioned movies, or things like that. I never would have figured that they would have put out things like The Rock, or any Police Story or anything of those things. So I think it's
Yeah,
really great that they do have that branching out of different things. It's really cool.
absolutely, man. George, thanks for stopping by. Let me know if you get the site. Let's see. Repulsion is good. Kuroneko, I'm glad you agree. Onibaba's another great one. Slow burn, but really, that was actually my second. Yeah, that was my second Criterion.
Onibaba.
Yeah, Onibaba. Haxon is really good. Oh, here's something that was just put out by what's their name? The British company. What's the British company? God, I'm blanking on their name now.
Oh man,
Page
and
unresponsive.
I just remember I was thinking about that company just the other day. As a matter of fact,
Gosh, fucking not
Intervision.
Intervision. No, not
No.
Intervision. Anyway, the British company they just put out the Phantom of the Monastery, which is
Okay.
amazing. The site's crashing.
What did you do?
I don't know. Let's see. Collections, videos. Yeah, they don't have a ton. They've got a lot of classic black and white horror movies, which is really nice. They've got a lot of Japanese horror films.
I can't tell because of the pictures are rather small, but I know that I guess it's one of the earlier ones that actually I was planning on picking up today. Night of the Living Dead should be on there, right?
Should be.
I mean, that would fall under horror. I don't know what else you'd put that under, but
Looks like it's a
right?
Night of the Living Dead. Let's see what the page says here. Oh, and the commentary tracks.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I see it has a lot of different. Yeah.
Oh my
That's
God, all the
That's a lot
features
of
are here
stuff.
for that.
Oh, okay. So I guess that answers that question. That's good.
I mean, as far as I know, these are all the features because you
Oh,
get a documentary on the making of the movie, or I guess fan
right.
conversation. You get fucking 2 commentary tracks. You get an alternate cut.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, this has
Nice.
you covered. This has you covered
That's
here.
great. That's great. But you know what? I mean, on the one hand, it's great that you save the money
Indicator.
and all that. Oh, indicator. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Jingoku is good, but the best part is the hell part. I'm gonna add that to my list. I don't think I've seen that one. I just saw it. What were you gonna say?
Oh no, that as much as these streaming services are good, free or not, but like part of me is it's kind of like the whole idea of getting stuff digitally over the physical copy of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on I guess the item, of course, I'd rather have the movie. So in some cases, I'd probably even if I had the streaming service, but if it's something that I'd want to own, like I don't know, this one is different, a little different because it does give you all the features there. In other cases, you'll just have the movie. So this one might be something I'd play around with if I do get the streaming service down the line.
Yeah, yeah.
But generally speaking, I'd still like just like we were talking about earlier, like I could have ordered the stuff online, but I'd rather go to the store and pick it up. So that whole idea, same thing as going to the movies, sure you can watch at home and it's comfortable, but I like
Mm-hmm.
going to the movies. So I still like going to the movies. I don't mind getting up and going out.
Right, right.
So
To me, it was something I discovered, and I actually realized what I'm going to do for tomorrow's video, for my 4th of July video. By the way, I'll announce it now. But tomorrow's video is titled "Why I Am Not a Film Collector," and I know that sounds
liar.
weird. I will explain the differences
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Okay.
High and Low is here, by the way, for those of you who are curious, and it has the commentary and a whole bunch of featurettes as well. Let me go back to the front page real quick. So again, they've got different things. This is something that is new, due to be released next week, I think. Is Raging Bull. For some reason, Raging Bull is not on this list for some. Here it is. Okay, Raging Bull all the way at the bottom. For those of you who haven't seen it and are curious about getting the 4K, you can watch it here. Well, I'm sure most people have seen this by now. That's definitely a must for me. But you have a whole thing all about boxing movies. Isn't that crazy? I love that. They have such specific sections.
Yeah.
Like Netflix. Netflix is just like a mess. You have to know what you're looking for. You can't discover gems like you can here.
Right. Yeah. It's just a little bit more challenging to find certain things.
Like this, The Harder They Fall, one of the best boxing movies ever made, starring Humphrey Bogart. This was being put out by Indicator as well in a box set featuring Humphrey Bogart movies. somehow they've got the streaming rights. So TBYB on that. Then the next one is okay. We did the Henry King, Setsuko Hara. They've got Blake Edwards movies.
Oh, cool. Okay.
You like Blake Edwards, right?
Oh, super fan. No, I like some of the. Yeah.
Here they've got Victor Victoria. They don't have the Pink Panther stuff, but I think they're sort of focusing on more of his kind of like wackier comedies.
Wackier than Pink Panther.
Well,
No, I know what you mean.
Well, like classy wacky, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Although Experiment in Terror isn't necessarily wacky. It's definitely more of a noir movie. But I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what they're. Maybe they don't. Maybe they can't get Pink Panther. Maybe that was it. Or Days of Wine and Roses is not funny either. But you know what I love about Blake Edwards the most is that somehow.
Yeah.
I mean.
Okay.
So somehow he talked Julie Andrews into showing her boobs. Isn't that crazy?
What movie was that? I know I definitely knew about that, but I can't remember what movie it was.
SOB.
Oh yeah.
It was the filmmaking one. Yeah. I was like, damn, dude. I think they were married. I might be wrong on that.
Yeah.
I might be wrong on that.
They could have been in a relationship, maybe. I'm not sure.
So now you're just using mainstream media tricks to draw audience into the channel. We call them snooze news. No. And I've said it since the beginning. I'll explain tomorrow what I mean by that. But I've never been a collector. I
think I know what you mean. I'm not gonna say anything because to spoil your video, but I think I know what you mean.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll explain. I'll explain tomorrow. SLB is great. Haven't seen it in years, however. Yeah, it's a pretty good movie. I really do enjoy that film. It's been a while. Let's see here. Okay, so they've got this. Let's go back to the main page here. Let's look up horror. Look at this. There's a movie called Beware of the Holy Horror. That's
Let me write that down. Give me a second.
Yeah. Make sure you grab that. That's a Fassbinder movie. Where is the Friend's Whore? No, what's that movie called? Where is the Friend's Horse? Come on. Okay, Friend's House.
Oh.
Kiarostami. He's a good filmmaker. Let's see. Look, all these are about horrors, guys. Look at all this horror stuff you can watch.
They're horror adjacent. It's like you want your slut movies come to Criterion.
Horror adjacent. I love it. Look at this. There's even a thing. You can look up slut. I wonder if we looked up.
That's the first thing I do when I go to when I went to Disney Plus. Any other slut and whore is what I look for to see.
Yeah,
what
exactly.
Comes up. That's what I do.
Look, they've got the classic The Blob, which is something they put that out on DVD a while back.
Yeah.
And you get the Blob commentary track. That's pretty sweet. Let's look up.
You're gonna start putting body parts there.
Look up exploitation. Oh shit! Look at this.
Wow.
Oh man, what? I did not know this. My buddy Doris is on here.
Oh wow. Well, I guess it can't. Well, yeah. I was gonna say
So
not surprising, but then again.
So this is owned by, as far as I know, Something Weird, and AGFA has the Doris collection, and then there's a private owner that has owns the rights. Mm-hmm. But here you go. If you're curious about, look at this woman's boobs. This one's crazy. That's too much. Anyway, sorry, off topic.
Is it?
I guess maybe not. If you wanted to, try before you buy Endorse movies, they have a small collection here. These, at least these two, I think are going to be on the next set from AGFA. Nude on the Moon for sure, and Bad Girls Go to Hell is kind of like her pinnacle movie. I mean, Bad Girls Go to Hell is the one that most people know is a Doris Wishman movie. Not good, but I think it's her number one most famous movie. But here, Deadly Weapons and Double Agent 73 are on that first box set. You can give that a try. Let Me Die a Woman is here as well. This is the first transgender movie. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, really? What is it called? I can't make the.
Let Me Die a Woman.
Oh, yeah, you'd mentioned that one before. Okay, it's the first one. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So she was a pioneer for shit like that, man. I mean,
Yeah,
she's a
yeah.
huckster. I love her, but she was a huckster. She was, whatever could sew, whatever she could do. I mean, she was like
Yeah.
a Jewish lady making nudie cutie movies. Come on.
It's good that you came across this because obviously stuff like places like ACFA and other those partner labels. Let me see. Oh.
What were you saying?
No, that makes you wonder things like that certain partner labels put out, if you could find them here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Most
those are really
likely.
obscure things, but
Speaking of exploitation and genre, they've got a whole thing on blaxploitation cinema. Here,
Okay.
obviously, they got Shaft, but then they got stuff that they don't have, like they've never put out. Coonskin, Across 110th Street. Across 110th Street was put out by, oh gosh, there's so many labels. The Australian company, Imprint.
Imprint.
Imprint, really, really good movie. God damn, is that a good movie?
Is that
But
Dolomite
here,
down there?
yeah, you got Dolomite, you got
Oh,
Petey
wow.
Wheatstraw,
Petey
um,
Wheatstraw.
Truck Turner. Here's your favorite Lord Shango.
Lord Shango.
And then of course you got Sweet Sweetback, but that's part of the whole collection that belongs to Mr. Van Peebles over here.
Mm.
I was not a Sweet Sweetback fan. I thought it was too experimental.
Oh.
I think I get what he was doing, but I feel like he went too far with it in a way. For my taste, anyway. I was like, all right, man, pull it back, dude. I don't think we need to hear this song 10,000 times. Because there's this like spiritual revival song or whatever that they sing. They killed my brother. They killed my sister.
Yeah.
And you hear that exactly like that, like 10,000 times. You're like, Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a bit much. But the movie's historically important, so I understand that.
Right.
Okay, so not a ton in terms of exploitation stuff, but let's look at. You mentioned sci-fi before.
Yeah.
You have.
I know that. I saw that.
There's 25 items. There should be more than that, but I mean, again, streaming is different from, what they have on disc and what they can get their hands on.
Yeah.
So Bakurao, I know, is not theirs. That's a Kino title, but they've got the movie here, and you get a special feature with it.
Oh, okay.
Let's see, Scanner Darkly. I don't think they put that out. Did they put that out? I don't remember.
Scanner Darkly.
As far as I know, they didn't, but I might be mistaken. Let me know in the chat, guys, if they've put out Scanner Darkly. I don't remember them having their hands on it.
That's the animated one, right? They did that whole animated. Yeah.
And there was another one before that. Before he did Scanner Darkly, there was another one. He did another animated movie. If you guys can call out what the Linklater animated movie was, Life or something like that. I'm blanking on the title. So it looks like not much science fiction collections. Look at the collections. Auteurs in Space. What's this? Oh, there we go. We got some. Oh, I see. I figured this shit's hiding. Okay, so Solaris. Obviously, they put that out.
Mm-hmm.
Time Bandits. Look, Time Bandits.
Mm-hmm.
You love midgets.
A little bit.
No, I apologize. They like to be called little people. But that's a really fun movie. I can put that on my list. I haven't seen that in forever.
I wonder if they have, speaking of like in that realm of Time Bandits, if they have what's that called? Baron Munchausen. You remember that movie? I think it's called The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. It had that vibe of Time Bandits, that British like dark. Probably not. Somebody put it out, I'm sure, but I know I have it on DVD, but I don't know. I don't recall who put that out.
They got the they got the original Carl Zeman silent. I think it's silent. I might be mistaken.
Oh, okay.
But they don't have. It doesn't look like they have the
80s movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The other one, I'm looking for it. Be down here. No, I don't think they have that one.
Mm.
But I know they put it out. I think they put it out. It's been a while.
I know someone did. I know I have it, but I don't think it was Criterion. At least the one that I have, it wasn't Criterion, so I don't remember who put it out.
Waking Life? Was it that? Was it Waking Life or Still Life? I can't remember which one it was. I think it was Waking Life. That does sound familiar. Nightwolf says Time Bandits is a great little show. Terry Gilliam, yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, it's just a whole bunch of. I mean, yes. Obviously, there's a. They have a flavor, and they pick movies that are within their keeping, but then they have a lot of stuff that you wouldn't imagine not being here. Let's see. They've got a top story section. They got a featured collection. They got short films here. People are related to short films. Aboriginal Australia. Discomfort Zone. How discomforting. Antisocial Animals.
What?
Uh,
All right.
You know what? Jacques Demy. This is somebody whose work I've been curious about. He has like a big box set.
Mm-hmm.
He's Agnes Varda's husband. He's also a filmmaker. I'm gonna add this to my list. I'm gonna explore some of his films to see if I like them, because I don't want to jump into a box set and be like, I liked one of them.
Right.
Have you ever been disappointed by a box set?
Not as of right now. No. I mean, I haven't bought the Eurocrypt one, so nope. No. I don't think so. Because I mean, to shell out for a box set, I mean, they're usually obviously pretty pricey, and again, if it's a blind buy, I don't think I've ever blind bought a box set, but no, I don't think so. I don't think I have.
That's good for you.
Have you been disappointed by a
No,
box set?
never. I love everything I've gotten. Okay, Japanese noir here. By the way, people who are asking about Yakuza stuff, they have a whole section of other things we didn't even see before.
Oh,
Cruel Gun Story. What a fucking badass title.
that is.
Love it, man. Cruel Gun Story. Then you've got if you wanted this, Hawaiian Shorts.
Okay. Let me write that down.
Yeah, it's like that. That doesn't really speak to me, but
Hawaiian shorts.
They've got a whole bunch of stuff, Orson Welles stuff that I think most of this they've put out. They've got Afrofuturism. I didn't know that was a thing. What is this? Afrofuturism has become an essential framework for art about imagined and alternative Black experiences.
Okay.
This is news to me, but it looks like they've got a ton of stuff here. In terms of what they offer, they've got something called Zombies, which I'm guessing it's a short film, but it can't be about zombies as we know them. Most of these look like they are short films.
Okay.
But you know what I like for a film fan, and that's where I lean towards. For a film fan, a person who likes to kind of swim through movies and say, what's this? Afrofuturism? What does that mean? Like let me swim over to this shore and see what that is. I think this is a perfect oasis for people.
It is definitely, yeah. That's for sure.
Here's another Vinegar Syndrome title, Putney Swope or Swoop. I'm not sure how it's pronounced.
Yeah. You didn't like that one, right? I believe.
I didn't like it. But this was on their what did they call those box sets? They had a box set, a whole bunch of Eclipse. Their Eclipse series. They had released that initially on DVD back in the day. There's some good stuff. So you are, I mean, obviously we're physical media fans,
right?
At least because you and I, for sake of clarity, TC is my oldest friend. I've known him since second grade. Yeah. He's my oldest friend. We grew up together, and luckily we're still very good friends. We talk all the time.
Yeah.
And TC obviously never bought Weird Wisconsin. Nope.
No. You know what? Just to segue real quick before you continue. I
What?
think next year, speaking of box sets, they are putting out a Euro Crypt of Camille Keaton you might like.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic.
So
My
check it
two
out.
favorite things.
Check it out. She's not in any of the movies and has nothing to do with anything. It's just
She's
random
on.
movies they put in there. But
It's
Christopher
just
Lee's in
random
all of
movies.
them though.
He's in them, yeah. But
He's in those.
these are just movies that she's heard of.
Hey, that's good. Movies that so and so heard of. That's good.
I think it's good. I don't know. Kubrick, I agree with you. Sherbrooke did not work for me. I really didn't like that movie at all, actually. But people love it. People swear by that movie. Is Alphaville, is that a Demi movie? I've seen that a long time ago. I don't remember that. Anyway, yes. So he's my oldest friend, and we grew up together. We have we have similar movie tastes, but very different tastes. I think I think it's fair to say that I'm more critical than you when it comes to movies.
Yeah.
Why do you laugh like that? Like, oh yeah.
Well, to be fair, your tastes started changing more later on, or rather expanded more, I should say.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not in a bad way, but I mean, you definitely expanded your catalog of stuff that you like. Because back in the day, you weren't really into like a lot of a lot of things you like now you didn't like so much or care for, or at least you never mentioned anything.
Oh, absolutely.
But that's good. But it's a good thing because you've expanded your horizons. But yeah.
Well, and I think that's what being a film fan is. You know, you should have.
Yeah.
Your taste should change.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
Because as we grow older, I mean, shit that I watch now, I would fall asleep at. You know, when we were like 12. I'm like, what is this boring garbage?
We should
but then
talk
again,
about
go ahead.
No, I mean, we should have one of these with BC. So talk about what the taste that he has sometimes.
Oh, we should. His one, we all grew up together, but his went in a whole different direction. He's like, oh, what's this dirty road down here? I'll go.
Dirty road.
Yeah, no. But yeah, and I think that's great. I think that's a service like this allows you to explore that.
Yeah. And
discover shit that you never thought you would connect with, but it connects with you.
Yeah.
Actually, these are ones I want to watch, but I hear these are hard watches. At least A Brighter Summer Day, but I wanted to get into Edward Yang movies. I want to explore that very much. I hear his stuff is pretty powerful. Let's see. I mean, they've got pretty much. Oh, here's one that I recommended to BC, and he liked it.
I was looking at that one, and I knew you were gonna say that. Oh man.
Yeah.
He's hard to pin down because sometimes you think he'll like something and he doesn't, and then something you think he might not like and he'll love it. So it's like, it's weird sometimes. Yeah.
This is John Dielman, 23, Kai du Commerce, whatever. It's that movie. Lots of things. You think I would like it? Oh yeah, buy it. Buy it right now. This is a nearly 4-hour movie about. This is it. A woman in her house. I think she's a prostitute. Yeah. And I literally only got 10 minutes into it, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I stopped watching. I go, this does not work for me. But look at how many people love it. And I mean, it's no surprise that it's a very female-friendly movie, I guess. Chantal Ackerman, Sofia Coppola, like they're talking about it like it's like a masterwork. And but again, everything is subjective, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So there you go. If you want to test your endurance in cinema, a nearly 4-hour movie about a woman, it literally says it here. It doesn't lie to you. Like Vinegar Syndrome would say, an action-packed thrill ride about a hooker on the run.
Yeah, like if Vinegar Syndrome put this movie out, the slip was probably going to be her on top of a van with a shotgun and like her clothes ripped or something. And it's like, oh, this seems pretty interesting. And then you put it on and you go, F you. Yeah.
This movie says the daily routine of a middle-aged widow whose
Mhm.
chores include making the beds, cooking dinner for her son, and turning the occasional trick. No thanks. Very boring.
Oh,
Let me,
listen,
let,
I got
what?
something for your slippies. If you want to have
Oh,
this
okay.
as for a category. Category could be babies got back, and it's gonna be the top 10, like not the top 10, but like the which one is the best or the worst of the movies that have an ass in the back. Like you choose how you want to do
Right.
it, but you know what I'm saying? Babies got back.
That's baby's got back.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a lot of work. But yeah,
Not really.
that's. Well, I mean, putting that whole thing together and getting all the
I know.
categories.
Yeah,
But
no, that's
I think
true.
that'd be fun. Speaking of slips, Pink Flamingo has a slip if you guys buy it physically,
Mm.
but it is Pink Flamingos. So if you're not, I'm not
It's
getting
just,
it.
which is the one? It's what is it? Scratch and sniff. It'll be a scratch and sniff slip.
Oh Jesus! But it's not. It's not streaming either. So there's that.
Oh,
Question from Sean: have you seen Drive My Car, MC or TC? I have.
I haven't, and he loved it.
I didn't. I did not like it, man.
No,
I
no.
did.
Yeah,
I
no.
did not like it, and I'll tell you. Is it here? No, but I
It's
know they
streaming
have.
somewhere. I saw it on oh man, was it not Netflix? I think Hulu. Somebody had it. I remember I came across it. Or HBO Max. I can't remember which one has it.
I didn't like it. My main problem with it was I felt it wasted too much time in the driving, him being driven, and not enough in developing what was actually going on. And then I felt the ending was. I don't. I just. I feel like a 3-hour movie. You didn't earn it. You didn't fucking earn it. And oh, there you go. Bumpy says it's on HBO Max.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
I don't. I really. I don't think it earned its ending, and I don't think it was emotional enough for me. However, speaking of the Criterion site, let me point you to another Hamaguchi movie which I loved, and I think it's a movie that deserves people's attention, and that is Wheel of Fortune and Fantasy.
Mm.
It's about 2 hours, right? Yeah, about exactly 2 hours, about 2 hours, and it is kind of an anthology movie, but it's so wonderful, so well written, so well acted, and I feel every moment is earned, and it's simple stories told in such a unique way, stuff we've sort of seen before, but skewed in a. I almost don't want to talk too much about it. Like you don't want to spoil the magic of the movie, but do yourself a favor, watch Wheel of Fortune and Fantasy. It's really, really good. Especially if you like to drive my car, you'll I think you'll like it even more. But I enjoyed the shit out of that even more than Drive My Car, which I didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's the longest movie you've ever seen, TC?
The longest movie? Oh man. I mean, the Lord of the Rings movies. I've seen some religious movies that are long, like the what is it? Oh my gosh.
Oh, the Two Towers and shit like that.
Yeah, no, but I mean older movies. I haven't seen. I mean, I've seen my fair share, but it's been a while.
You
Why?
would say like what, 3 hours?
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah,
Yeah.
like in the 3-4 hour range for sure. Yeah.
Let me direct your attention to a movie called Happy Hour, directed by Ryusuke Hamaguchi, the director of Drive My Car. This film is can you guess? Want to take a wild guess how long it is?
Oh, it's not an hour, right?
It's not an hour.
5 hours.
Bingo!
So I guess if they called it Happy 5 Hours, nobody would watch it.
No.
Why would that be? That title's a lie.
It is a lie. Five and a half fucking hours.
Okay.
And it doesn't earn those hours either. I felt this was a chore. A chore to get through. The story was not interesting. None of it really connected. I just didn't connect with it at all. I thought it was pretty dull. I didn't like it at all, and I honestly can't recommend it. 5 hours, and I felt half of it was more than half of it was just felt pointless. And I'm a big believer in you better spend your time wisely. Don't waste my time, and that's something I don't do as a filmmaker. I don't waste the audience's time. I'm going to tell you the story you came to see. And this one I just saw was on here. This is another one of his, Asako 1 and 2. I haven't seen it, but I just put it on my list. Could you sit through a 5-hour drama?
Okay, I was gonna say I could sit through something like that if it's if the story and everything is interesting enough. But when you said drama, I don't know, because I like dramas. I'm fine with dramas, but I mean those can be kind of heavy sometimes. And 5 hours, I mean, like you said, you have to have something like a good payoff and something also that will just keep you interested. Because if not, if you get bored,
right?
No way.
I mean, if it's a good movie, it's a good movie. But
yeah. I mean, it must be tough though to be able to any kind of movie that long to keep the momentum going. It must be difficult, but I mean, you can do it. It's just you gotta have the right person behind the wheel.
Agreed. Does it have 4 unhappy hours and 1 happy hour?
Yeah, the last happy hour is the one at the end when you get to the credits.
Human Condition 1 and 3. Do it in a single day. Man, I got that last sale. That's actually on my list to watch this month. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm sure it's not gonna be super fun, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing those movies. Let's see. If anybody in the chat has any questions specifically, we'll look up specific titles to see if they show up. But this is just sort of oh, look what they got. Motherfucking what? Hold on. Airdoll.
You mentioned that the other day.
Yeah. This is streaming here. If you guys want to try before you buy, this is of course a partner label title. Koreeda, which is interesting how they got the. Well, I mean, Vinegar doesn't have streaming, so I guess it makes sense. Or whoever put it out. I forget the label.
But that's good. So see, another partner label type of title. So here's a good place to find stuff like that. Because I'm sure titles like a lot of partner labels have are like, you probably won't find it on stuff like Tubi and stuff. Maybe not. But
right.
But since Criterion has a lot of artsy type, those kind of things, apparently they pick up stuff like that. So that's good.
Yeah, you got Radio One. That's another partner label as well. Raining in the Mountains. I love that movie. That's the King Hu movie I mentioned. That is... as far as I know, not on disc anywhere except through Eureka. And so for those of you who don't have region-free access, you can check it out there.
Hey, what are the chances they'll put a Short Circuit on Criterion?
You never know, honestly. I mean,
I know. I'm saying it jokingly, but that's true.
5 years ago, I would have said it's impossible.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Hey, get some Fisher Stevens commentary or actual Johnny Five commentary on there, like the guy who does the voice doing commentary as Johnny Five. That'd be great.
Oh my god, how cool would that be? You know what they should have done? And maybe they did, but I don't know if you know. But Roger Rabbit commentary, wouldn't that have been great?
What you mean, like with the cartoon characters doing the commentary in the movie? That would be cool. Yeah.
Holy shit, cool. Dude, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
James says he would gladly sit through 5 or 6 hour version of Once Upon a Time in America. That movie gets better whenever they find new footage. I don't remember the longest version I've seen of that. I don't love that one. It's okay, but maybe a longer version does make it better. I don't know. A Human Condition is 9.5 hours long. Yeah, that's interesting. Oh. But it's like 3 movies kind of. It's kind of like a Lord of the Rings kind of thing. TC, there are a lot of Criterion movies on HBO Max through the Tcm Portal. There you go.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah, I noticed they have a Tcm Portal. I just haven't looked through it. Makes sense. That's a channel you liked a lot too, right?
Yeah, I do. I like that quite a bit. Sweet Movie is the most misleading, disturbing movie in the Criterion collection. That movie traumatized me. Uh-oh.
Wow.
Is it on here? Let's see. I know. I can tell BC about it. It's not on here, but it is. I have heard of it. You know what? I'm gonna make BC buy it, and then he'll tell us about it.
And don't worry. By make BC buy it, he just means, hey, you should get it. Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know what? On the Vinegar stream, I was telling him about. The World's Fair. We're all going to the World's Fair. He goes like, "Yeah, I saw that. I'll buy it." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, that's true.
Off air, I'm like, honestly, I don't think you'll like it, dude. He's like, I'll get it. I'm like, okay.
What intrigued him? The role playing game? The concept.
I guess, but he thinks it's like it's not Dungeons and fucking Dragons. She's literally just looking at a computer screen. So
Oh my God.
I'll be curious to see what he thinks. This was highlighted by Bubba Fett. Center stage is good. She's so beautiful. She really is. I didn't see this here. Look, oh my God, I have so much to watch now.
Oh,
I'm gonna add this to my list. Stanley Kwan just put out something.
you know what you should do as a little swerve to Mistress Chaos? You could tell her,
Uh-oh.
"Oh my gosh, I got so many Criterion movies," and then have a pause for a moment through streaming, and see if her heart stops or something.
No, I think she can only last so much.
Yeah.
Shocks does it. Rouge isn't on here. Maybe I'm spelling it wrong, but that's like a recent one that just came out from Stanley Kwan. Thanks for the heads up on that. Bubba Fett. I want to see more Stanley Kwan movies. I'm down with everything from Criterion if I don't need to see a Woody Allen film ever again in my life. Yeah, I'm done on him as well. It's only available on DVD. It's way more messed up than Salo. Wow, BC liked Salo actually. I think that's a movie where like there's like sodomy and shit eating, and he's like, oh okay, cool.
He loves it.
I haven't seen it. I've stayed away. I things like that. I'm like, I'm good.
It's funny because it's like you'll like that, but then you'll have something like well, I think anybody could say the same, but still, like TC 2000 or Expect No Mercy goes, oh no, I don't like that. What line do you draw? Where's your line? Does he erase the line every other time? It's like,
you're right. It's really hard to pin down what exactly is okay.
Yeah.
He'll spend $30 on a movie with like a whole bunch of penises in it, but I mean, to be fair, he didn't know.
Yeah,
he didn't know that was in it. But
I know.
Salo is not on the site, Jay. Unfortunately.
Would have liked to see his face though.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
I agree with you, MC, about Drive My Car. I normally love films from Asia and that kind of style, but it was just hollow. Yes, that's a great way to play. It just felt hollow. Like, what are you doing, movie? Spend some time, like not just him listening to the fucking play. What's going on?
Oh, that's what it is.
It's him rehearsing for a play, and he keeps like the play is recorded in his wife's voice, and this he had a lady driving him. I don't know. It just didn't ring true for me.
Yeah.
BC, did he like Serbian film? I don't remember. I know he's seen it. I don't remember. Shallow and Hollow both work, my friend. So yeah, both work. Woody Allen's still making movies? He's retiring after his next one. Well, I think he's already left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. Oh, I didn't mean that like that. I didn't mean it like that. Salo is relentless. No rest breaks in that film. Yeah, I'm good. You know what I watched that I don't recommend anyone watch? The Caligula films from Severin.
Oh, you got that?
No, I actually had a friend in town who kind of gets everything, and so he lent it to me, and he's like, I don't know about this, and he goes, okay. He said, I don't know about this, but here you go. Are you going to review them? I'm like, I probably won't review them, but at least I'll talk about them. Man, there's one scene, there's like an orgy scene, where a lady jerks off a horse's dick. Obviously,
I heard about that one.
But what the fuck? It's like 10 minutes. What are you doing, movie?
Minutes?
Why would you? Well, it felt like 10 minutes.
That's what she said.
Dude, what is that? Why would you put that in the movie? What's the point of that?
Oh man.
Oh, here we go. So this is leaving at the end of the month. Let's take a look at this. If you guys are contemplating grabbing it for the sale month to TBYB, this is stuff that's leaving. Look, Parallax View, that's leaving, even though they have the blue and DVD. So you can. That's a great one though. I recommend that one. Something Wild. I saw that one on here. That was a lot of fun. I saw that? Ray Liotta. It's a Ray Liotta movie.
Yeah. Okay.
and that was as a sort of my mourning for him. Ray Liotta, man, you'll be missed. You know what's my favorite Ray Liotta movie?
Mhm.
Heartbreakers.
Heartbreakers.
You remember
Okay.
that? Starring
s-
Jennifer Love Hewitt's boobs
And Sigourney Weaver. Yeah. Yeah.
and Sigourney Weaver's boobs. Like, wait, she has boobs?
Yeah. Actually, if I recall, if we saw it together in the movies, if I remember correctly, didn't the film burn and then we had to get out and then to come back in or something like that?
I don't remember if it happened with that one, but
It happened with Goldeneye, but I think something happened in Heartbreakers. I could sworn we had to leave the theater and then had to go back in. I'm pretty sure. But anyways, yeah, the movie was good. I thought you were gonna say your favorite No Escape.
No Escape, dude. That's the second one.
Yeah.
Second one, dude.
He did a
James
good
says,
one. I'm
I
sorry.
never liked Woody Allen. I agree.
Oh.
Caligula with Malcolm McDowell. No, these were actually Italian ripoffs of the Malcolm McDowell movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Terrible.
okay.
Well, sorry, what were you gonna say?
Oh no, this other movie that he did that was it Unlawful Entry was pretty good.
Unlawful Entry. Are we still talking about Caligula? Oh
No. Oh. Well, actually, yes. No, it works.
It works. It all fits in. Sure. Okay. Let's see. This is a recent movie, I think. 2018. Okay. So they've got a lot of recent films here as well, which is kind of nice. How to Eat a Watermelon. And I think that it's a documentary on Melvin Van Peebles' career. You know what they don't? You know what they don't have on here? They don't have Watermelon Man,
Mario.
which is
They
interesting.
don't have Mario Van Peebles.
You know what's fucked?
Yeah.
And I don't know that I don't love it, to be honest, but I get what he was doing. He was trying to shake up cinema, but it's a little fucked up, man.
Mm-hmm.
The beginning of Sweet Sweetback, we see the origin story of Sweet Sweetback, and I believe I have to go back and maybe check the credits, so don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure it's Mario Van Peebles, who we all know as everyone's favorite action hero, Solo. I know you own that shit on DVD for sure, right?
You know that I don't.
You don't? Oh,
Nah, I don't think I do, but I probably should.
Yeah, there you go. Here he has his son nude. That's it. In the beginning of Sweet Sweetback, you see Mario Van Peebles at 12 years old. You see his winkus.
You see his Mario Van Pebbles.
You see him. Now I really want you to meet him and tell him that I saw you Mario Van Pebbles. And then he'll punch you in the face. Oh my god. Okay. Man. So yes. And we see the origin of Sweet Sweetback, and it's like a grown woman takes this 12-year-old boy, she gets naked, and then she gets him naked, and then they fuck.
And they what?
They fuck.
That should be on Criterion.
They do it. It is a Criterion.
I know. Oh, wow.
So I was like, this is the first 2 minutes of the movie, and you have a 12-year-old kid having sex with a grown woman. I mean, they don't actually have sex, but like this, 12-year-old boy laying on a fully grown naked woman. I mean, that was a bit much. I think that's a bit. I mean,
that's crazy as it is, but then the fact that it's his dad who put him in that scene and all that, it's kind of like what is it? Argento did stuff like that with his daughter, right? Making her do some weird stuff. So, yeah. But isn't it? You're a filmmaker, right? It's for the art, right?
That's for Well, so it should be limited. Yeah, Badass is Mario's biopic on his dad making the movie. Yeah, that was pretty good. Let's see. Both of those are in the Melvin box set. Yeah. Which I was gonna get, but I'm glad I TBY beat on those because yeah. And then I saw the other one, Story of a 3-Day Pass, which was okay, but I don't think I need to own it necessarily. Oh, here you go. Look, so these are all. Oh shit, this was just added. Criterion Editions. This is stuff that's new.
I'm definitely getting Shaft. I
Or
really that's two movies, right? It's got the first and the second one, I believe.
yeah, and there's a
Yeah.
third one which for some reason they left out. I'm not sure why they did that.
Oh, okay.
Walker, fuck yeah, I hadn't seen that in forever. Irma Vep, I think is already. Did I not? Oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't on my list. Okay, and then this was really good. Daisuke Beppu spoke about this.
Mhm.
He said this was really good. I'm gonna TBYB that shit. Here's the thing. I love watching movies,
Mhm.
but I don't necessarily need to own them. And
Right.
and
Well,
that's what
yeah.
that's what doesn't that's why I mean I'm not a collector. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, exactly. Because collector can be different things, and there's a kind of collector that will literally buy anything and everything just for the sake of because. But then there's also the ones that collect XYZ or I collect things myself, but I don't collect everything, you know? I mean, if
Right.
I were rich and I had the biggest house, I still wouldn't. I still wouldn't. I'd still get, what I like, and that's it. I don't
Right.
have to have everything. I don't have to have 60 versions of the same movie or like again the whole 4K thing. If it's a movie, even if I were rich and I could buy everything I wanted, I wouldn't buy a 4K just because I don't care. I don't need it. I don't need it.
Right.
That's just the way I think.
Absolutely. That's smart. Have you hit up the Criterion sale? I did. It was sort of an aborted thing because I ordered online to pick up in the store, and
Mm.
they gave me the wrong shaft.
They shafted you. They shafted you.
They shafted me.
You
So
should have said, "Hey, you said it out loud. Hey, you gave me the wrong shaft." Really out loud in
I go, this doesn't feel right. This shaft does not feel right.
This is not the right shaft.
Right, right. Yeah. So I ended up getting
Yeah.
it was on here a minute ago. Double Indemnity 4K. I picked that up, and Shaft I had to order, but I did. I'm looking. I'm probably not going to buy a lot of physical titles this year, to be honest, because of the site.
Yeah.
The site has saved me money, so this is what behooves me to do this, just to
Yeah.
point it out to folks so that they know, buy it if you want it, but try it out.
Yeah, but you have a lot of criterions overall, don't you? Right?
Oh my god, my
Prior to
shelf
the
is
site.
stuffed. Yeah, my
Yeah,
shelf
yeah.
is stuffed.
Yeah.
Irma Vep is on Blu-ray. It came out last year, Kubrick. I almost bought it. Let's see. Salo is a masterpiece with big crew, big budget, and one of the best directors ever. TC 2000 is bad in every way possible. It is. It is. That's a weird comparison, but yeah. Compare TC 2000 to Salo.
Wow.
Yeah. Very similar. Oh, by the way, this is a movie that's done in a film movement known as Dogma 95, which was very popular when I was in film school.
Okay.
And it sucks. I think it stands for dog shit 95 because basically their idea was no lighting, no lighting, so semi improvised script.
Mhm.
There's a whole bunch of rules. There was a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Actually, it says it on here, but I can't click on the thing. But there's a whole bunch of Dogma rules that these foreign
Oh.
filmmakers did. Like that's why the box set has no artwork, like no poster, no credits, nothing.
No.
Like it was very strange.
That movie surprised me, Chronos. That
Okay.
it was on Criterion because I remember when we were in the video store and I believe you had rented it and you didn't like it, I think. And it's not a movie that I would have thought. I thought it was like was it a direct-to-video Ron Perlman thing or something? It wasn't a big deal in Criterion. When I saw it was on that, I'm like, whoa, that shocked me.
That's Del Toro's first movie, and I think we just weren't ready for it. We just didn't know what the hell it was. And then I think it's grown in appreciation because of who he's become.
Right, of course.
I that's one I'd revisit. It's been a while. I'd revisit that one. Oh, this movie broke my heart. Oh man, this is such a good movie.
Oh,
this movie, Everlasting Moments, 100% recommend. But it's a really it's a beautiful movie. It's a sad movie. It's a good movie for filmmakers. It's about a woman in Sweden who women didn't work back then. It's a kind of a period piece. Women didn't work back then, and so she decides to take up photography. She grows to really enjoy photography and taking pictures and things.
Mm-hmm.
And she starts a side business taking pictures of people's loved ones when they die, because like back then, I don't know if it says the year that it takes place in, but back then, photography was a rare thing. Like people didn't take no one took photos. You never had family photos, and most family photos that people had were only funeral photos. Like the last photo was family posing with grandpa, and grandpa would be dead. And so she starts this. It's a really sad movie, but so beautiful. She starts this sort of side business, taking photos of people when their children have died. It's like the only photos they have of their kids is their kids in a coffin, and
why would you want that?
But you know what? I didn't know that's what the movie's about. But it's such a beautiful, moving movie about life, about memory, about grief, about the grieving process.
Right.
I loved it, and it's a movie I it was one of the ones I rented on Netflix. Then I went out and bought it, and I've never rewatched it because it's so powerful that I don't know that I could sit through it again. But I do highly recommend this movie. I do highly recommend it. It's not an easy watch, but so good. Jay, you said it best. Dogma 95, no lighting, all pretentiousness. Absolutely. Absolutely.
No film in the camera.
No film in the camera. Everyone just come to my house to watch this act it out.
Let's memorize everything.
I watched Deep Cover from Criterion last night. Underrated. It is really good.
It's good. I that I don't think I ever saw it before, like in its entirety. I've known about it, and I had bought it essentially blind bought it last sale, and it's really good. It's good.
It's very good.
Yeah,
it's such a good movie. And speaking of which, that's a movie that is directed by Bill Duke. Best known as the shaving guy in Predator.
The sweaty shaving guy.
Man, that guy sweats so bad. Well, I mean, I actually just watched that movie last weekend with Little Master because I'm introducing him to that franchise, and it's a good movie, man. But dude, I can't. It must have been a hell to film that movie.
Yeah, the prequel's coming out. Did you hear about that movie?
Oh, Prey, yeah.
Prey, yeah.
But I wouldn't really call it a prequel.
Well, it's a prequel because of the timeline, but
it
takes place back. But exactly, yeah.
Because yeah.
It's hot in them jungles.
It's hot. It's hot in them jungles. Absolutely.
Hey, that sounds like a Criterion movie title. It's hot in them jungles. That sounds good.
Yeah. I wonder if we search for that, if we would find that movie.
I bet you there's a movie called that.
There's a lot of Inland Sea. Was it the one I wanted to see? I don't remember. There's a lot. I mean, you could spend a year going through this shit because there's so much stuff, and it's dangerous because you go through it and be like, oh, I wanted to see that. Oh, I wanted to see that.
I mean, it just happened to you right now. You adding a bunch of stuff you didn't know was there. Yeah,
exactly. So I mean, this is basically to say that if you are interested in the Criterion Collection, this is your greatest weapon, for your wallet and for your shelves, and you're still supporting the label by becoming a subscriber to their channel. You still support the label, and you support your wallet. And here's the best part: this is a secret weapon. Now I'm probably gonna get shit for this, but I don't care. Because this is how I can watch as many movies as I can, and I've developed an ability to do this. And this may not be for everybody, but I'm tossing it out there as a secret weapon. Let me pick a movie at random. Well, let's say Shaft. Okay. It could be anything, but just so you know, if you watch now, you can't do this on. I forget what. There's a couple things there's a phone app. So you can't do this through the app, but if you go through the site, Jay knows where I'm going with this. No. If you go through the site, and watch it online, you can go to the speed and change up the speed. Now I rarely go to 2 because 2 is really difficult to kind of make out the words, but you can caption it. There's captions.
Right.
But they do offer speed controls. And again, it's not for everybody. I get it. But for me, somebody who has a family, and my nights are very busy because I have to monitor my son for health reasons. I don't normally get a chance to just sit and watch a movie. Regular speed, if I did that, I'd watch one movie a night, and it's very difficult. I'm trying to get through a lot. So I will, on occasion, I'll be honest, I do it all the time. I'll go 1.5 on almost everything I watch if I can, and on occasion I'll do it in 2 times the speed. And I'll tell you what, I can see the movie just fine. I read it, I understand the plots. I've given 5 stars to movies that I've watched in 1.5, and I've given 1 star to movies I've watched in 1.5 that I've been grateful to have not to sit through them in real time. Right. Cinema is an art that is malleable, and I think the viewer should not be constrained by any format or any route, and that means streaming or physical. Again, that's why I don't consider myself a film collector. So to me, it's not about necessarily the purity of the act or the format. I'll explain more tomorrow. What quality are they shown in? 1080 to 4K. I'll tell you right now. Some of them are 720, but most of them are 1080. I don't think you'll get 4K streaming on here. But again, if you really wanted the 4K, you'd buy the disc. But if you just want to watch the movie, you can see this. You can see it in 1080.
Was it not Criterion? It probably was a couple of other labels, but wasn't it Criterion that had a lot of issues with their 4K discs? They had several movies that had issues with yeah, right?
Everybody. Everybody does that shit.
Oh,
Everybody. Arrow has trouble with it. Vinegar Syndrome had an issue with Flesh for Frankenstein. Yeah. Jay says, "Heretic, I'll start boiling the oil. Can someone get the pinchers, please?" Yes, hand him the pinchers. This is my favorite part. So if you watch a 2-hour film fast, are you then watching it at 1 hour and 50 minutes or something like that? No, I can watch a 2-hour movie in an hour. I watched Blue is the Warmest Color in an hour and a half. It is, once you unlock it in your brain, bloop, you can't watch movies normally again. I just can't watch movies normally again. And that just a time commitment. Because like I got shit to review. Look, I have had this for a month. I haven't had time to get through this. I should get to that. But anyway, that's beside the point. So that's the secret weapon for the Criterion Collection. A lot of streaming sites won't let you do that. Netflix will let you do that.
Yeah.
But only if you go through the online portal. Tubi will not let you do that, which sucks because there's a lot of shit on Tubi that you want to fast forward. Like I have to sit through this in real time. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you feel that way, then don't buy it in Vinegar Syndrome. Then if you feel that way, don't buy it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. I'm sorry. That's what I do. And then you get Criterion Originals. We'll end it here, just as a recap of things. Criterion Originals, Flowers of Shanghai. That's a really good movie. Which is this is a cool little special. I don't think it's a show, but a special feature they offer here called Secrets of the Hollywood Archives, where these two guys go through the Hollywood archives and talk about the finding of the prince. Oh, okay. I like that quite a bit. Let's see. Itami and Miyamoto, Creative Marriages. Oh, wait a minute. Is this a collection of... Oh, that's interesting. Oh, a little special feature there. I love it because I feel like this is like a little... kind of like a little movie maze for movie fans. You know, you discover one thing. Ethan Hawke's Adventures in Movie Going. What's that about? And then Ethan Hawke is an interview with Ethan Hawke talking about his favorite movies. And guess what? He fucking hosts them. Look at this shit.
That's cool.
Isn't that cool? I didn't even know this was here. He does Faces, which is one I haven't seen yet. Actually, you should watch that. Here's a Jacques Demy movie that he hosts. I'm gonna watch it this way. That's cool.
Ethan Hawke, that's a random person you'd think would do this.
Oh, he's a big movie fan, man. To hear him talk about cinema, and he knows his shit, man.
Yeah.
He also kidnaps children, but that's
Well,
different.
that's besides the point.
That's besides. Here's a spotlight on Samurai Saga, and here's the film. I like that. I love that. I think that's so
really
great. Paul Schrader. Do they have? Oh, this is I don't know if it's here. Paul Schrader has a fantastic film in the collection that I highly recommend. Let me get that up here. Mishima. Yes. Now this is a movie that I highly recommend everyone watch. A gorgeous, gorgeous film, and gosh, I think everyone should watch it. Paul Schrader movie, but it's in Japanese, starring Japanese actors, and it's about the playwright Yukio Mishima, who committed suicide. But it's all about what led to his suicide. Fantastic,
Right. Oh, okay.
gorgeous, goddamn movie. Holy crap! Here's another one. Oh, and it comes with the commentary track too. You can see the commentary track on it. Oh, that's great. Richard Linklater on Mishima. Oh man, fantastic shit, dude. Oh, I love it. Let's see. You're like Bradley Cooper in Limitless. Yeah. I use my powers to watch movies fast.
Yeah, minus the drugs.
Minus the drugs. You wouldn't mind someone viewing your movies? No, not at all. Not at all. I have no problems with that at all. Like I said, it's a fair game. Fair game. Movies, I make them, but me making them and how someone watches them, completely different things. I have no problem with that at all. So you not only talk real fast, you also watch films sped up. Do you also eat really fast? No, I actually eat very slow. I actually eat very slow. I actually, my family finishes before I do. Video Man also recommends Everlasting Moments, Night and Day with him, and Susan Beer movie with him. I promise you will love them. Night and Day. Let me look it up. Night and Day. It might be on it. It might be on here. You never know. Maybe videos. I don't think it's on here specifically, but I'll add it to my list. Thanks for the recommend. Okay, TC, final thoughts. What do you think about this streaming site?
No, it's great. It's a lot more immersive than I thought. I mean, I knew it had they have a big catalog of movies, but the features and all that, I think it's really neat that they include that. That's really cool because they could have easily just kept the features out and then, in a way, kind of force someone who really wants to buy it to buy the movie if they want the features. But this way, they're actually they don't seem to give a shit. They're just like, you buy it, you don't buy it, whatever. We'll put it here anyway. So it's really nice.
No, absolutely, and I think again, you're still supporting the filmmakers and the company itself by being on their site. And while you may not love everything you get, that's okay. 5 Grapes to Cairo. This looks like fucking awesome shit. See, I keep adding shit to my list. I should stop. Okay, real quick, I'm just give you a recap of what I'm going to be watching on here, and in the description down below, I have a Letterboxd account. You're not on there, right, TC?
No, I haven't started one myself yet. No.
It's very addicting, especially when it helps you keep track of shit. I have Irma here twice. Oh, I see what I did. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this one. So on my Letterboxd, I'll be reviewing all these. I won't necessarily be talking about them here, but I may mention, oh, I watched this and it was really good. Boy, this is a lot. Oh, I watched this one already. I'll get rid of that one. Smooth Talk was okay, kind of boring. Chan is missing. It was awful. I did not like that. Devil and Daniel Webster, that was research. And here are my Coreda movies that I need to watch. 3 Day Pass, I saw that one. Sweet Sweetback, I just saw. Come and See. Gosh, what a movie. Lure, crazy movie. Anyway, so that's my list. I'm gonna be adding to it more and more. I'm curious what you guys think about the channel in general. Let me know in the comments. For those of you watching, the replay, or those in the chat right now, is this something you were familiar with? Is this something you've been sold on? I'm curious. Again, I don't make any money off of this at all, So leave me a thumbs up, and that also helps the channel very much, and it helps the video, and I do appreciate it greatly because that's honestly the least you can do. I know sometimes it's a hassle, but I do appreciate it. Criterion, man. So what are you getting? What is on your list to be physically in your hands, TC?
I wrote some down because I'm gonna see what's there first. But generally, what I'm looking at, I got here Mulholland Drive, Night of the Living Dead, Hard Day's Night, Police Story, Shaft, Devil in a Blue Dress. Let's see what else. Repo Man, possibly Dazed and Confused. So I'm gonna be looking to see again. You never know what's there and what's not. So maybe if whatever I don't find there, I'll order online, or I'll just leave it to the next sale.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's sort of the drawback of buying it in stores is that they don't carry everything.
Yeah. Or sometimes nothing at all, like what happened to me today.
Or yes.
Yeah.
Or sometimes, hey, look at this. There's a whole little horse. Like, oh, they got Cure? What? This is what? Hold on. But this is people have been talking about this coming to Blu-ray. I didn't realize it was streaming on the site. This is eventually definitely going to have to come to Blue eventually. Yeah, Cure is really good. That's a really good kind of serial killer movie. Really freaky. Here's a whole little. Here's Hair Wolf, your favorite horror movie.
Oh I love it.
Yeah, I had a feeling. Oh, here you go. Somebody mentioned this one. It's still here. I Was a Teenage Zombie. Still available. This is a fun little movie.
Okay.
I remember seeing that in stores and being like, "That's a Criterion title. That doesn't seem to fit with everything else."
Exactly. That's like, but that's one of the cool things about Criterion, that they have such an expansive catalog of movies. It's awesome.
And not only that, I guess if you are in the physical media space, you should really care about what you put out. But I think more than any label, they've done so much for the film fan. Some people can go and absolutely experience this as a film school. They don't have to go to film school. They can absolutely grab a super packed disc and listen to a director explain why he did certain things, or why a writer wrote a certain word. And that's that is so important. But I think is that most filmmakers and most film students learn from just watching. And I think the most important thing for me as a filmmaker was to watch a movie and to understand its marrow. And I think that's how you get on that different level with a movie than necessarily just watching a commentary, unless we're letting it wash over you. Bumpy says, I'm a charter member and don't plan on canceling anytime soon. Nice. Very nice. Bubba says, great choices, TC.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
They have had Cure streaming for nearly a decade and no disc in sight. Oh, wow. Really? Oh, that's interesting.
Wow.
Observations on film art is like film school. Observations on film art. Where is that? Is that on here? We keep finding little rabbit holes. Observations on. I'll search that.
You were talking earlier about like watching.
Oh, here we
movies.
go. Yeah, observation on film art. I see. Oh, that's cool. So we got this gentleman, Professor Jim Smith. That's great. And you know what? And that's 100. I'm gonna do that. I like that very much. I would love a little 10-minute introduction to the movie, and then I'll watch the movie with sort of different eyes. I think that's kind of neat. I do love that quite a bit. All right, let's call it a day here. TC, thank you for joining me, dude.
No, thanks for having me, man. This is fun.
I know we were since you are at Tracker Chaos, we had mentioned a couple stories to discuss because that's sort of your thing.
Yeah.
What were the stories again? Let me see if I can find them. Do you remember
I have
offhand?
one. I took some notes, but I have one that I almost mentioned earlier because you kind of touched on it. It had to do with Taika Waititi that he's well, the tidbit I was going to bring out that he was going to start writing the next Star Wars movie. He's going to be behind that one. He's going to do it next year. But in connection to Criterion, though, he's working on a Time Bandits TV series.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
and he's working, and the only information that I found was at least for the first episode. It's him. He's directing it. I think he's co-writing it also, but with Terry Gilliam, Michael Palin, and Jermaine Clement.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. So I don't know if it's
great.
going to be part of the series or not. They really have very little information on it, but yeah. So it's not like he's just going to pull it out of his own butt, whatever he likes. He's actually dealing with the people who were behind the original movie, so that's good.
Yeah. Do you think the episodes are going to be short?
I don't know. It's probably going to be like one of like a like it's just going to be a miniseries, probably.
It's probably going to be miniseries based. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Any other interesting news come to mind?
What was the other thing?
I'm trying to look it up. I know we had like a whole thing.
Yeah. The new Avatar movie that Sigourney Weaver is coming back to it, and she's gonna play the teenage daughter of the two main characters from the first movie, from the original movie.
Wait,
So
what?
that's weird. She's gonna play a character. Yeah, she's gonna play the teenage daughter. I wrote it down here. Hold on. Her name is gonna be Kiri, and she's the daughter of Jake and Neytiri, which is the two main characters.
Right, right.
Yeah, so that's gonna be awesome, right?
What?
Yeah,
Doesn't make
and
any
also,
sense.
and it's been said before too. Stephen Lang's coming back somehow. He's coming back. he got destroyed in the first movie, so I don't know. He's coming back.
Jesus, man.
And the other one I found was, if anybody's interested in any animated movies, there's an anime called Ruby, and they're doing some kind of crossover movie with the Justice League. So that supposedly they done a crossover in the comics world, and they're gonna do an animated movie next year with if anybody knows about that series at all, Ruby and Justice League.
That's the Ruby. That's RWBY.
BY, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so-
Bumpy has a great comment here. Hamaguchi is the real time bandit. Yes, that's well said. Let's see. I think little people are going to protest MC for the little jokes, but as long as you don't look down, you'll never notice. Oh man, Eternal's going to hell. You'll take my place.
Oh man.
John says, "Good choices, TC. Welcome to the beginning stages of addiction." Oh, he's already there.
Beginning stages.
He's already there. It's just now he has the means to feed his habit.
Yeah, but I'm still smart about it though. I don't just go crazy. So.
Right. Speaking of going crazy, let's talk about Tuesday, the big 2-year anniversary celebration here on the channel. I'm very excited to have survived 2 years on YouTube and looking forward to many, many more. Join us for a double feature screening of Alien Beasts.
Oh, Criterion.
This looks like, Criterion's Alien Beasts. Followed by Criterion's Die Hard Dracula. Jesus Christ.
Oh Whoa. I was going to ask you where you found these, but I think the proper question is why you would find these.
I looked up really bad movies on YouTube, and these popped up, and I'm like, perfect.
Oh man.
Double feature. I think Dracula for sure is SOV. Alien Beast, I think it is. It might be 16 millimeter. Anyway, they're gonna be bad. And
Alien Beast is POS.
Yeah. they're both POS certified films. But yes, we're gonna be watching that Tuesday. Right. Join me. Hopefully, I'm locking in some celebrity guests to be stopping by for at least one interview, and then a couple of friends of the channel will be stopping by to hang out, watch movies with us. Hopefully, my voice to the bottom of the barrel team will be here, and I don't know how long they'll last, but they'll hang in for a little bit. I know it's a work day, but we'll see. We'll see who we can get to stop by and hang out to celebrate 2 years on YouTube. Winners of the Palme d'Or. Yep.
Yeah.
I specifically picked them because I go, these are the high quality choices.
Yeah.
All right, TC, what do you got planned for the rest of your day?
I might catch up on watching some stuff. I'm actually gonna go ahead and watch Ambulance now, as a matter of fact. So
Do
I'll
it.
Go ahead and watch it. 'Cause it's on my list,
get-
so might as well watch it before it gets lost in the mix.
Oh man, you're gonna love it. You're gonna blow your ass out your mouth with that one.
Criterion.
You know, Nightwolf says, and 2 times I hope. Yeah, absolutely. Actually, that one you probably get a brain aneurysm watching it fast, but still try it. Well, actually, no. If you're not ready to experience it in that speed, don't. But I will absolutely rewatch it in 1.5 because that's as much as the PlayStation will allow me to go. But anyway, TC, thank you so much for joining me, man. You're an honor. It's an honor.
Yes.
And you are a scholar and a gentleman. Is what I meant to say. My best to you and my best to everybody watching. Thank you so much for hanging out and discussing Criterion Channel with us. Let me know in the comments if you've been swayed, or if you're curious about checking it out. I think you get maybe a month free. Maybe they don't do that anymore, but I do suggest checking it out if you want to save some money, because it is at the end of the day, the most important thing isn't what's on your shelf, it's what is worth watching that you put on your shelf. Remember that. Tomorrow I'll explain why I'm not a film collector, I am a film lover. Details to follow. For now, farewell.
Yeah, y'all ready?